backed by the Empire of Japan back in 1941. Hopefully you guys caught up on any of those shorts I put out. I know I put out a lot of the fundraiser stuff. We'll get to that shortly here. But, with Pearl Harbor, just a quick message of it, something interesting is one of the few sailors that had survived. I believe he was the last surviving one for the USS Arizona before it was completely sunk. He had actually requested that he could have his body put there with the rest of his all the other shipmates, that were lost during that skirmish or assault, bombing, attack, whatever you want to call it. Pearl Harbor, the one thing that the Empire of Japan failed to realize is what Americans can do, and doing American things, being a proud people. I've been to a few places around the world. You don't see people putting up their flags as much as we do, or as far as politics goes, or just in general, people doing American things. What's funny is a lot of other countries, they love to talk about us, and they complain about our firearm laws and all that stuff. Quite frankly, I think it's because you guys are jealous. Sorry. We get to have guns over here. That's what's badass about being American. But, with Pearl Harbor, though, just the American mentality of somebody hitting us that hard at home. And at the time, island of Oahu over Hawaii, that was a territory. It wasn't even part of the United States yet. It's just where we kept our majority of the Pacific Fleet, It unites people, and I think about that. Now, clearly I wasn't alive in way back when Pearl Harbor was attacked. That long before I was even a thought. However, something that relates to it in a sense, when we look at current day 9/11. Now, I know there's another couple generations now, and I know all you dickwads, I'll say, why don't you get over it, guys? 9/11 was back in 2001, whatever. It was a terrible day for anybody in the United States, terrible day for anybody who had family that was killed in that, and terrible day for the fact that these types of things should not be happening on American soil. However, it did. But that's besides the point. That tragedy, though, however, united the entire country. I heard God Bless America played and sang by that cop before every single Major League Baseball game that year, if I recall. And, everybody was just ready to get out there and go get some and fight. I mean, it was, we're not going to let somebody do that to us with impunity. What I loved about the United States, now granted, everybody knows the reason why Japan attacked us. It was because they had already begun their the Pacific Theater, trying to conquer, any countries, territories, or whatever that had a lot of natural resources. They were already on a sanction as far as a lot of trade goes with the United States. Well, they figured, hell, why don't we go take over a few of the southern Eastern Asian countries, China, Malaysia, Taiwan, you have Guadalcanal and Solomon Islands, Balilu, etc., and take, a lot of things like rubber, of course, petroleum. Oil is the root of all evil in this world. They figured, though, okay, the United States is going to react the second we start doing this stuff, so we got to hit them hard just to keep them at bay long enough so they won't be able to stop us. And I'll tell you what,